Y'all, the Epstein Files have been a disaster for the United States and its government. It has also caused complete upheaval worldwide, with foreign governments arresting officials, aristocrats, and billionaires associated with Epstein, the monster himself. It's a wonder why the US government is not following suit. Why is the DOJ not prosecuting PDF files and asking the American people to move on? There were countless numbers of children trafficked. Why should we move on? These people have too much power and they're still out there. It's almost as if they are protecting someone. Coincidentally, since the release of only a fraction of the files, because they have not released all the files yet, the DOJ has been swiftly deleting the mentions of one Donald J. Trump, current president of the United States. Originally, there were 5,361 files in the Epstein Files the DOJ released that mentioned Donald Trump. As of today, there are only 4,727. My question is, if the president is so innocent, why delete evidence that could possibly absolve him? An innocent man has no need to hide evidence. And it's not just the president. The DOJ has redacted the name of Jeffrey Epstein's co-conspirators and exposed the victims, left their names out for the public. Luckily, many on both sides are angry at this, and Congress recently grilled Pam Bondi with Massey unredacting files right in her face. It was honestly well-deserved. Here are some of the highlights.
Trick questions here. The American people have a right to know the answers to this. These are senior officials in the Trump administration. This is not a game, Secretary.
I'm Attorney General.
My apologies, I couldn't tell. By 2008, we knew that Epstein was a convicted sexual abuser. And we now know that Lutnick went to Epstein's Island in 2012. How was that not a deal breaker for the president? And why aren't you asking questions of the Commerce Secretary about what he saw when he was at the island, which he lied about not ever going to? Why are you not asking these questions? And I see that my time is almost expired, so I will say this. Do the right thing, Attorney General. Meet with the survivors. They have been asking for a year. Meet with the survivors. Do the right thing. I yield back.
Gentlelady yields back. The gentleman from South Carolina is recognized for 5 minutes.
May I have 20 seconds of his time?
So that'd be up to the gentleman, but...
Absolutely, Madam
Thank you. Thank you. I was curious if you, Congresswoman, asked Bill Clinton that. Didn't see one tweet, not one. I didn't see one tweet when Joe Biden was in office about Bill Clinton. Didn't ask Merrick Garland anything about Epstein, not once. When he was
weak sauce.
And also, I want the record to reflect that, you know, with this anti-Semitic culture right now, she voted against a resolution condemning.
Oh,
is
Jewish.
I just want to be clear.
Do you want to go there, Attorney General? Or do you want to go there? Are you serious? Talking about anti-Semitism to a woman who lost her grandfather in the Holocaust? Really?
The committee will be in order.
Talk to Jared Wise about anti-Semitism.
The fact of the matter is that you will be remembered as one of the worst attorney generals in history. An attorney general who has prioritized obstruction over justice, corruption over the law, fealty to the president over loyalty to the Constitution. And Mr. Chairman, I will yield.
Gentlelady yields. Gentleman from Missouri is recognized. Excuse me, gentleman from Kansas, the Attorney General, former Attorney General, Mr. Schmidt is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and General Bondi, thanks for being here. Did you have anything you wanted to say before we talk?
I do. Thank you, Congressman. Thank you, my friend, for many years. I find it interesting that she didn't even want to try, Congresswoman Crockett, to ask any questions because she certainly did not condemn her leader, Hakeem Jeffries, for taking money from Jeffrey Epstein after Epstein was convicted. And I will be brief to give you your time, Congressman. This is what she didn't want to talk about. Texas, from Cuba, convicted, homicide, arson, weapon offense.
Convicted. So what we talking about? Convict some of these perpetrators that rape these women that are sitting behind you that you refuse to even acknowledge they are here.
Merrick Garland sat in this chair twice
Attorney General
Guys,
Bondi.
no, can
I'm
I
gonna
finish my
reclaim-
answer?
No, I'm going to reclaim my time because I asked
the
you a
Attorney General, yes, sir.
specific question
Attorney General
that
can
I would
respond to your
like
question.
you to answer, which is, will you turn to the survivors? This is not about anybody that came before you. It is about you taking responsibility for your Department of Justice and the harm that it has done to the survivors who are standing right behind you and are waiting for you to turn to them and apologize for what your Department of Justice has done.
Members get to ask the questions, the witness gets to answer in the way they want to answer. The Attorney General can
That's
respond.
not accurate, Mr. Chairman.
Because she
It
doesn't
is
like the
my
answer.
time.
So,
Mr. Chairman,
why
I have asked
didn't
a
she ask
question.
Merrick Garland this?
I am
twice when
reclaiming
he
my
sat in my
time, and
chair?
when I
will
reclaim my
continue to
time,
answer.
it is
Mr. Chairman, the
my
gentlelady's
time.
reclaimed
I'm
her
not going
time.
to get in the gutter for her theatrics.
The time belongs to the gentlelady. The gentlelady has 17 seconds.
Thank you. You're not going to answer this question, so let me just
Chairman,
say
I'll
this.
direct it to
What a
you.
massive
No, I'm
cover-up.
answering a
Mr.
question.
Chairman, will you
Chairman.
restore her time? The witness is
I'm not going to get
interrupting.
in the gutter with this woman.
Stop the
She's
time
doing
and
theatrics.
let me-
Chairman
How many have you
Jordan, I'm
indicted?
not going to get in the gutter with these people,
How
but
many have you-
I'm going to answer the question.
How many have you indicted?
Again, the time belongs to
Reclaiming my time.
the time
Well, I
belongs.
think it's very
Reclaiming
interesting.
my time.
I think it's very
Reclaiming my
interesting.
time.
You can
that
reclaim
he
your
talks
time.
about they
Reclaiming my time,
indicted.
Mr.
The
Chairman.
president said they
Close the
indicted
clock.
him
Mr.
twice.
Chairman, please
They
stop the
sure
clock
did.
and stop
he
the clock and
indicted-
restore his time.
Okay, here we go with these
Committee will be in order.
theatrics.
The time
Reclaiming my
belongs
time
to the
and
gentleman
build back
from
the
New
clock,
York.
please.
We will give you a few more seconds. We will do that. But when
Reclaiming
you ask
my-
a question, the
The
witness
question
gets to
was-
answer. You may not like the answer, but she
Right.
gets to
The
answer.
question was, how many of Epstein's...
They don't like
What?
the answer,
Reclaiming
Chairman,
my time.
because it's honest.
Reclaiming-
So he asked a
Reclaiming my
4-minute
time.
question.
Restore 45
and
seconds,
I
Mr.
am
Nadler,
going
please,
to
Mr. Chairman.
I mean,
answer.
You can let her filibuster all day long, but not on our watch.
Reclaiming-
Not on our time. No way. And I told you about that, Attorney General, before you started.
You don't tell me.
Yeah, oh, I
anything,
did tell you because we
washed
saw
up
what you did in the
loser
Senate.
Lawyer, not even a lawyer.
Committee will be in order.
Time, and I should get back at least 45 seconds.
Will you create a joint task force of the Department of Justice and governors and state attorney generals and district attorneys across the country to investigate the crimes that have taken place against these victims and more than 1,000 like them? The DOJ is not doing its job. Will you create a task force with state and local law enforcement to make that happen?
Gentlelady can respond if she wants to.
Thank you, Chairman. He called Chase Mulligan a wild goose chase and didn't even know who he was. He is a defendant in your own
Chairman,
district who
Mr.
preyed
Chairman.
on girls.
Mr.
ages
Chairman.
15
Well, you know
to
what? If he
17,
were part of the
in
Epstein
social
investigation, you wouldn't
media
do anything
and
about it.
online chat rooms and committed sextortion. Yet he didn't even know in your tiny little district who he
Mr. Chairman,
was.
she's embarrassing
He's
you.
about to be
This is your
fined.
committee, and she is embarrassing you.
It's
my time.
Within 40 minutes, you asked me a question.
You can give
Within
me-
40 minutes, Wexner's name was added back.
Within 40 minutes
You
of me catching you red-handed.
Red-handed. There was one redaction out
Where
of
he's
over
listed as a
4,700,
co-conspirator.
and we invited
what?
you
Switch
in.
Show the video.
This guy has Trump derangement syndrome.
Well, I'm grateful that some in Congress are actually stepping up and doing their job. I am absolutely horrified by the response of Pam Bondi and many in this administration as they literally laugh at the face of crimes like child trafficking. Lutnick, who recently admitted to having lunch on Jeffrey Epstein Island with his kids after lying that he cut Epstein off because by this point everyone knew what Epstein was doing, he's been caught multiple times literally laughing anytime Epstein's heinous crimes are being brought up. Look at this.
Is he hosting some kind of gathering of top advisors this evening to talk about how to respond to the Epstein situation?
I don't know.
He's laughing before she even finishes the statement.
I could ask you that question. I don't know of it, but I...
Including fake news, want to keep something like that going.
See, every single
Credible
time he's
information.
dying laughing whenever Epstein's name comes.
These people are demons. What's more damning that was pointed out in this congressional meeting is that no matter how you feel about President Trump himself, the DOJ hasn't gone after any of Epstein's co-conspirators. They are still running free. The FBI has even been avoiding meeting with witnesses. Even MAGA is mad because after the administration promised that they would go after the Clintons, Trump himself made an about-face the other day to defend the Clintons, saying he doesn't want them to be questioned at all.
It bothers me that somebody's going after Bill Clinton. See, I like Bill Clinton. I still like Bill Clinton.
What do you like about him?
I liked his behavior toward me. I thought he got me, he understood me.
And the files go beyond President Trump and former President Clinton. There's people on it like Bill Gates, Peter Thiel, like Elon Musk. These files are wild, and most of them are rich people that are very powerful and still hold power today. That's why I'm glad that other governments are actually stepping up and arresting these people, or some of these people are taking accountability and stepping down from their powerful positions because they know the truth and they see what's going on, literally everyone but the United States. And to be honest, there are plenty of videos on YouTube that dive deeper into the files and the ongoings. I would check out CoffeeZilla, even Moist Critical Charlie, or Oompaville's great video. Their videos are amazing deep dives into what's going on. I just wanted to express what I'm feeling because I'm very frustrated, and I want to posit this question. If someone is willing to protect their worst enemy so that information does not get out, so that they can obfuscate the truth, what are they hiding? They're protecting their worst enemy, so what are they hiding? What can come out about them that leads them to protect people that they're adamantly, constantly, always against? And if you're still on the fence and you think that this is some political affiliation conspiracy, I want you to ask yourself that question. Because newsflash, both sides are in the files. I'll see you in the next video.